Now, the great thing about wearing the same clothes for many days in a row is you can make it appear like life is much more action-packed than it really is by compressing several days down into just one 10-minute video. Makes it look like you're, stoked all the time and living on the edge and a hashtag VanLife. That's the illusion of social media. Excellent, still here. Thank you, Annie, for the legacy of the tap. Now, the great thing about a wall squeeze is it's the same wall squeeze coming back as it was going out, except this time you're facing the other way and you have entirely different geometries of ankles, hips and shoulders to deal with. It's still better than television. I think your life has to deteriorate to a pretty poor psychological state for you to even consider that television is your source of news, entertainment and comedy, information and science. Oh. There but by the grace of God go I. My goodness, Colerne is a quaint little Cotswold village, isn't it? Well, thank you again, Steve. I've taken my vitamin D and multivitamins with minerals and zinc today. Guess what? Non-lethal in the slightest. Well, if it's even better than that, protects you from virus replication within your cells. And information about that 100-year-old fact has mysteriously been suppressed and censored. Doctors even dismissed from suggesting it. Every time with this new battery, I still can't get enough of how beautiful that Cotswold roof is. How green is my valley? And I'm not even in Wales. Not even in focus either. Good morning, Major. Yeah,
oh,
man.
Hi, sweetie.
My goodness. Beauty I've always missed with these eyes before. No, I haven't. Another just blasé stroll into a bog that was, of course, reconnoitred beforehand. Right, don't mind, that's where the filming stops. Actually, it turns out you get 2 hours free, so why not? So, as you may remember, I celebrated my 1,000 subscriber special by getting rid of 5 of the worst tards. Well, it so happens that 3 more have cropped up just recently, and they all seem to have the same pattern, they just don't have any of their own content, of course. They just come in, say nasty stuff, normally not as the first comment, but in replying to other people, especially women, right? Nasty stuff. And I just think, nah, you're not in the van life community. You got nothing to say. Ta-da! Sling your hook. tard. Just so happens, by the way, I'm in Corsham now. I mean, I've driven past this village 100 times and I've never thought once about just popping in and having a look at it. It's beautiful. West Country being such a huge heavy water area, there are massive calcium carbonate deposits under the ground, what we call limestone, and where those caves have been hollowed out for quarries, Churchill used them as war rooms. There's a tunnel goes right under this town, dug out by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. I've only ever lived like 5 miles away from Corsham for most of my youth, and I had no idea all this was going on. I could fill an entire series with just Corsham, although I don't believe UFOs have an apostrophe. Remember Richard Hewitt that I met at the Drove in Stonehenge? He likes my little walkabouts of old towns like this. It's really hard to get a massive, great big RV, park it up within walking distance of these places. Excuse me, was that an Americanism? I meant motorhome. The 2006 Mercedes Vito with a back window, panels all down the sides. Yeah, 5-spoke alloy. I think it's long wheelbase. That would be ideal. So I was supposed to say, a man can dream, can't he? That's my catchphrase. You know, I was inspired with this photography technique of walking along slowly while filming from VanLife, because it really brings out the 3D on just a phone or TV screen just by walking really slowly, and also it allows you to hold the phone really steady. Like if I start walking quite quickly now, it starts to jiggle around, doesn't it? But nice little slow walk, keeping the feet flat. And there are people that say that if you've got an SLR, then these walking tours end. Well, no, if you get a gimbal, you can really do it well. And what a beautiful row of 300-year-old terraces culminating in some arboretum topiary. Whoa! This is quite a hard shot, walking along, phone at arm's length, holding it steady. See, I'm not managing it really well. Maybe if I walk a bit slower. I never knew that was there all my life. I even used to enjoy cycling from Bath up to here as a teenager, but for me all Corsham was just, you know, have a drink in a shop, maybe a custard slice, and cycle back. Well, that's my lunch break over with. I get back to the car now and crack on with a little bit more troubleshooting. Did I say car? I meant van. The Lady Margaret Hungerford 17th century school and almshouse. Well, what an incredible flourish of stonemasonry. Whoa! Wow, I think you'd have to be a pretty high-ranking psychiatrist to figure out the meaning behind that shield. My goodness, nuts. As an amateur in the field, I would say that's definitely the ingrained opinion that that family is better than all the others and born to rule. That kind of attitude. Quata salute.